Welcome to Hungary. Who's got the appetite for success in practice here in Budapest?
Hello everybody and welcome back to the MiNameIsJake channel. We're back with some F1 25 Season 4 with the Mac Team Career Mode. We are in Hungary. Let's head into race strategy off the bat, I think. I've had a terrible morning. I dropped my AirPods, which is just a cardinal sin. It's just like, it's like epilepsy, but you never ever to drop these things because they just both disappear at 4,000 miles an hour in either direction. Found one, not the other, and I've literally like ripped up. I pulled everything out from under my bed because I was next to my bed at the time. You know, it was putting them back on the bedside cabinet. I dropped them, so what? It dropped 75 centimeters, 3/4 of a meter, whatever that is. But they may be different things. Shut up. What? 3 feet, less than that. The fact that they don't have like a catch or a bigger magnet in them is just stupid at this point. I was about to say, I feel like we've raced here recently. I've already done this race, but of course it will have been from Season 3. Season 3 wasn't that long ago. And we're with pretty much the same car, so it doesn't make possibly exactly the same car. I can't remember if there's been any upgrades at all. Why are we suddenly so fucking slow? I'm already, considering that we've heard nothing about the F1 26 DLC, trying to decide what we're going to do next, possibly an F2 season. Why are we so slow through there? That's not a great way to start this session, but still. Why are we like a second slower than we should be? I know Hungary isn't one of my favourite tracks, but still, this is it. One and a half seconds slow. So hard to get power down out of that corner. That was better. Ooh, only just. Hungaroring really is patience with this car. That's the main thing that you got to really sort of learn with it.
A job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
No, you're right. It's really stuffing. I'm going to open the window, just hope there's no noise. The problem is in my room is that it faces... Oh, that's immediately cooler. The problem is in my room is that it is southeasterly facing, so it just gets all the sun in the morning, which is when I record these. So, just wake up sweating to death. Right. Let's go for some... Dude, that egg's getting warm. Let's go for some tyre management. Oh, ERS management, never mind. an itchy nose.
Okay,
No, piss. I shouldn't have completed that. No, I pressed down. Listen to my down. Thank you. Tyre management.
because temperature's so important for your tyres, cool down laps are now vital after a push lap so that we don't light up the rubber too much, not to mention recharging the battery.
I don't get how you're meant to be nice to your tyres for that corner, to be honest. fuck's sake, right at the end. Okay. I'll tell you what, return to the garage. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Gonna be an interesting... For fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Fuck it, we're just gonna get a qualifying.
What an incredible practice session that was, but the fun doesn't...
It wasn't. Bit soft crafty. Robo crafty. Not actual crafty. That's made it very clear.
No pit stops, no strategy, it's all about the pace today. Qualifying day here at the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
I don't think qualifying is going to go very well. This is one of these tracks where I can go insane, or I can be efficient. No real sort of in between. Okay, third's not terrible, but I think we'll fire down nice and quick. I'm having depression chocolate, leave me alone. Fucking hell, if Lance Stroll's better than us, we need to go out again.
And that's just 30 seconds left in the session. What a really sensible place to decide to just stop. Well, Sainz has fucked me through it.
Well, that got ruined by the McLaren. Max also struggling. Bortoleto out as sort of a half surprise. It's a Mercedes, but it is Bortoleto. Oh, try again. My brain's just not with it at all today. Not good. As it currently stands, we are out, so we need to get going.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Oh, come on, Colin, don't remember how good I was for you. Wow. Verstappen out in Q2. Poor. Poor. Oh, let's not have that melting into my full desk mouse mat. Thank you. No. If we could stop. Hang on. God dang it. It's so warm in my room that Easter egg are just melting in its foil. The things I do for you guys. Right. Is it beginning to rain? Is this it?
We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
How do we do? Oh! From nowhere onto the second spot of the grid. Jesus. Did not expect that at all. This is now going to be celebratory chocolate that I eat. And then it's all gone and it can stop making a mess.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
I'm sure we can dispatch of Comantinelli. At least at the start. Well, it is meant to be sort of on and off rain. 35 laps.
It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of Formula One action. We're not expecting too many retirements at this circuit. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher, who made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. We're northeast of Budapest for today's race at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, and Jack Crawford completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri and Gasly, Ocon, Hadjar, Tsunoda and Lance Stroll, Verstappen, Russell, Zach O'Sullivan and Aron, Behrman, Colapinto, Liam Lawson and Pepe Marti, Bortoleto, Martans, Doohan and Zane Maloney rounds off the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box this afternoon, the First Lady of World Motorsports, Naomi Schiff. There's a lot going on behind the scenes with our 11th team at the moment, particularly when it comes to their driver lineup. It's like an apparently happy marriage. They seem to have found that the grass might be greener on the other side.
Yeah, and what a wonderful place for them to be at so early in their experience in Formula One. Nobody would have expected it, but truthfully, drivers have their own metrics that they look for when considering a team, whether that be consistency, potential, or even just seeing their growth over this short period of time. To be honest, I think they've ticked quite a few boxes.
With this being a high downforce circuit, we're not going to have quite the same top speed we have at other tracks. The good news is, though, it's going to make our DRS even more effective than normal. So try to make the most of it during the race and quali if you can.
Well, we're past quali and I hopefully won't be in second place, but we'll see. And we're in second place now, but you know what I mean. Apologies.
Okay, good parking there, mate. Now we need to make sure we get a great launch as the race starts. Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Here we go. Antonio compromising himself into first corner, run wide slightly, but I will fight back. Look at the RS deploy, it's all mine to control. Wobble over the edge a little bit. He's got back to third now. With Sand making his way through to second place.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Which will make things more interesting.
That's Sainz behind you now. And the time last lap, 1:23.1. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just one lap old. We think they've got one more stop.
If they are going for one stop, well, let's see if we can do the same then.
Keep on him, he might make a mistake.
Weather report.
Conditions look stable at the moment, no rain currently expected. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Need to remember to put ERS into use there on more of these straights. 1 second. I need the loo. I'm really sorry, I'll be back in a sec. I am empty. That's a terrible phrase. Let's go! Oh, that was nearly pieces. Ruben is racing.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Picked him out, picked him out. Whoa! Whoa, I was here, bud.
Okay, be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
Being pushed along by the Ferrari now, like a NASCAR.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
An email from EA, is it F126? No, it's a publisher set. I'll try. Let me just slip through that. Oh good, DIY, apologies if you can hear it.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.3 seconds.
Pit stop information.
Please repeat, you're breaking up.
Pit stop information.
You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. Understood. Stopping this lap.
No.
Okay, Sainz is behind you. Time last lap, 1 minute 21.0. They're on old mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
I can go where I want to go. Wellington thinking about windows. Let me move my footrest over. This is a terrible recording. I don't know anymore. Oh god.
Okay, careful with the overtakes. That was a bit risky. We could have received a penalty. Green flag.
One of the fans has got issues, not Sainz though. Ocon, what a surprise. Not if he's breaking down or had a spin or what he breaks down, it turns out.
flag. Okay, the pit window's open, so let's box this lap, box this lap. Gap to your teammate behind, 2.1 seconds. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Let's see if we can go further on these mediums. No, clearly we are struggling. And luckily we've been given the DRS. Bye bye. We've lost the win of this race.
It's probably dropping due to wear, so don't be too aggressive.
In 2 seconds only on one lap. We'll pit next lap.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Onto the hards and we'll see what we'll just do at the end of the race. Can't carry on losing 2 seconds a lap, that's ridiculous. It's got to the point where I basically can't do that corner anymore.
go, now, come on. That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy. Okay, this isn't our true position. They haven't yet pitted and they're on a one-stopper, so don't waste time fighting because they should be coming in soon. Okay, good work. Great pass.
It's like a lot of what the one-stops are doing, so we weren't far off.
Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. This is great. You're catching the car ahead very quickly now. Keep it up.
Driver in front.
Bortoleto ahead. They've just entered the pits. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1:21.4.
Three and a half seconds on the side. Through the pit stop. Look at working extremely well.
The car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind running hard tyres.
What else we're going to need? Change.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.7 seconds. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Come on. As is being bold, he wants this.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Bortoleto is out in session 4 in the Mercedes. Or in the Mercedes, for Mercedes. a fight for the Mercedes there.
Okay, clear. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Gap to your teammate behind, 1.7 seconds.
The absolute shortest way to that corner, look to the other corner. 10 more laps on these hards, can we do it? I think so.
Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Not boxing, and I took to get to the end of the race on this compound.
Okay, remember to pit this lap. keep on him. He might make a mistake. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Going to go onto the straight. I'm trying to barge through. Very road, very road. I'm going to very road over here. Aron ride. I was daydreaming. I was daydreaming about the show Designated Survivor. I missed that show. Well, there's lots of politics shows. Obviously, Haas cars died because of what's his face. Flirting with a kid, I think. Basically, what it ended up boiling down to in the end. But let's try and get this place back. I got the rear tyres very, very hot then, I think is what happened. Isn't it a stupid show?
Grip is probably dropping due to wear, so don't be too aggressive. Come on, you can win that place back.
Yeah, we're struggling with tyres now, but there's only a couple more laps to go. Well, 3 total, technically, but you know what I mean. Try to take me off the road, little bastards. You will have better tyres than me, because obviously I came in 2-3 laps before them.
Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
That is a win.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Jack Crawford has dispatched the opposition. It's victory today.
There's still a long way to go, but these kinds of victories and that kind of consistency is what it takes to get to the end.
That was Gasly in third, not Antonelli.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Let's view the highlights. advance. Fans, lovers. Contract window is open. So look at our driver talk. So we have Max, we have Lando.
Okay, set. Now we wait. Hopefully we'll hear back soon, but these things do tend to drag on. Let's keep our fingers crossed and just focus on what we can control. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Another season break. Apparently. Right, messages. Let's have a look. Window open. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at the cars. 2400. Oh, yeah. Why is he going through parts so bloody quick? I'm sure that was new on. Corporate have a question. Tell us something, why not? Nico Hulkenburg, they're retiring from the sport. He wasn't in the sport anyway, but never mind, there we are. Nico Hulkenburg has retired. My chair is broken. It now doesn't recline, which is how I'd like it more than it being stuck with it being only reclined, so I'm not going to try and force it. Okay, let's advance.
Great result with this one. Here's the latest.
Hovering went up, yay! Great. What's happening with the driving situation? Oh! Verstappen signed. But no, nice if they told us. We have a meeting available. Meeting available, meeting available. I'm going to a meeting with young Ukes. No. I don't want to stop the communications. I want more details on Leclerc. We're in a meeting with Leclerc.
Sorry to disturb. Need you for a moment, please, boss?
What? But he's just... Wait, what? But he's just signed for us. What the fuck does that mean? Oh. Right, so what? What? But we've signed them, so are we now just fucked? Max is retiring. Okay, so... Go and attempt to sign Lando Norris then, I guess? So he signed and then decided to retire. Thanks, guy. Okay.
Hey, Chief. Just a reminder to kick off some research projects. We don't want to fall behind our rivals, and we haven't got anything in the pipeline at the moment. Thanks.
Well, we'll put the results in, but come on, Max, you want a chance of winning a world championship still. Oscar Pistre at the top of the tray. You were 4th. JG Vassell was 10th. I was 1st. Max was 6th. Charlie Leclerc was 5th. Gabriel Bortoleto was a Dunphy boy. Little Kimmy was 7th. 3rd for Gasly, 2nd for Sainz, I believe, yes. Ocon was the other Dunphy boy. Snowden in 9th, where did Strolykins end up finishing? 14th. Isaac Hadjar, 8th for Williams. Marti in 11th, just missing out on points for a 3rd time. As in, getting points for a 3rd time. Liam Lawson in 18th, he's really sort of dropped off the bandwagon with 12th for Paul Aron. Oliver Behrman was in 13th with Sullivan, 13, and Sullivan in 15th. Zane Maloney, they're at the back one, they're 20th and 19th. Franco Colopinto in 16th with Doohan in 17th. They really are in the bin. Oh, 30th? No, Zane Maloney was 20th. Scroll. Current standings in the championship. Well, Pistre is 5th. He's gained a spot. Russell remains in 3rd. I remain in the lead. Verstappen in 2nd. Leclerc remains 4th. Bortoleto in 12th. Kimi Antonelli in 6th with Gasly in 7th. So they've moved up, and one's moved down, one moves up, but moved closer together. Carlos Sainz has gained all the way to 8th. Ocon has actually dropped to 9th. Sorry. Sonoda has dropped to 10th. Stroll in 17th. Hadjar has gained to 13th. Pepe Marti has dropped to 15th. Lawson has dropped to 11th. Paul Aron has dropped to 14th. Behrman is in 16th still, with Sullivan in 18th. Zane Maloney 21st, with Victor Martins in last place. 19th for Colapinto and 20th for Doohan. I found a fidget toy when I was trying to find that AirPod that I've lost, and that is what I'm flicking. Apologies. In terms of the teams, Red Bull continue to be in 2nd, we continue to be in 1st, 4th, 3rd, all the same. McLaren in 5th, still Aston still in 6th, with Alpine in 7th, Williams are 8th, Haas are in 9th, Kicker 11th, and 10th for VCAR. We head to Brazil next, which is the sprint race. I'll see you then, bye bye.